Hi YouTube, here's a video of my electronics enclosure on my home-built CNC machine. It has been long on the way, but it's mostly assembled now in this enclosure and at the back of the machine. The machine up here, you can see that in my other videos. This video is about the enclosure and electronics for it. So here's the mains 3-phase input coming into a power meter, and from the power meter is going to on-off safety cutoff switch down here, and then it goes into the cabinet inside and to a EMC filter to remove noise and other things from other machines in the workshop, because I have issues with when we use some drilling machine and sanding machines and so on. They made some noise, and that got the computer to stop or make errors or something. So I have installed EMC filters. We'll look at them later. It's in the enclosure here, inside the machine case here. So as we open the door here, you can see the door. There's fans. I haven't connected them yet up to the plan is there's a temperature control that is measuring the temperature and turning on the fans when they're needed, but it don't seem that I need the fans in the case. And down here's a aluminium bracket for closing off this part with the wires. So you can see it's just bolted here to fit perfectly. So at the lower part, all the cables are coming. It's not finished, and there's a lot of wires that has to be renewed to shielded ones and so on. But I think it's a good idea to have this area down here to have the cables coming in. And here's my enclosure. This area here is 2 layers, so if you look carefully you can see there's a hinge up here, and I can loosen some bolts in here, and I can open this up, and there's a DIN rail down here for all the connectors and the wires is going into. I had to do it this way to save the space in the cabinet. So behind there's the mains coming in, split up to the 3-phase power supply. There's 48 volts, 20 amps. That's used for the steppers only. This is fuses for the different things. The neutral plus the zero neutral wire for all the things is put together there. And here there's 3 power supplies in one. There's a 24 volt, 12 and 5 volt. They are stacked in one bracket to make sure that it uses as little space as possible. So here you see below here there's C35 I think, and I see 10 board from CNC for PC. This is the main board that's controlling the steppers and the emergency input and so on. And this is using all the for secondary switches and end stops and so on. That's less important. They are on the secondary board. And then I have 2 homemade shielded cables parallel, going into 2 parallel ports on the computer, just behind the enclosure. And over here there's the stepper drivers. It's a bit hard to see them. The steppers are in there. EM806 I think they're called. So 48 volts, 20 amps coming down with a set of wires to each here. There's a fuse, and then it goes down to the capacitor to make sure that when the driver needs power, there's a power and no dip in the voltage and amps. It seems to be working very well, and I added them after seeing a lot of people telling that it was a good idea on the CNC zone and so on. And then up here there's the wires. I'm using a network cable, shielded network cable, because over here there's RJ45 connectors, so you can see the wires coming over here behind the plastic cover. You can see the wires here going over here. In this video I will include some video where the machine is cutting and show the value of the power meters. It will most likely come after this clip. Look at the meters and see what they are using and so on, but due to the noise I will not be able to speak over the machine because it's so loud when cutting aluminium and forcing it to use a lot of power. So this is my enclosure. I'm super happy that I have used the time to get it right and so on. It has fixed a lot of problems with missing steps and bad things I had in the past due to bad connection on wires and so on. So the most annoying problem I have at the moment is EMC noise, different noise coming in from the workshop from other machines when stop it and start, and when the spindle is under a lot of force, it seems to make a lot of noise on the mains, and that get the computer to lock up in muck and go into emergency stop. In here in the sorry for the handhold video here. It's a bit hard to video on the machine. Here's the computer. On the back there's a hole in the cabinet for the video cable and keyboard and so on. In here is the power is coming into this 3-phase 22 amp EMC filter in the lower plastic cabinet, and then it's going back as a 3-phase mains, and the box on top is a single phase EMC filter, and it's used for after the other one going, and then it's going to this one and going into the computer to protect only the computer's EMC filter. So it has helped a lot to get the EMC filter in place, but there's still some noise coming into the computer in the cabinet, and get it marked to stop. So as spindle at the moment I'm using this Kress, is it called 1050 FME or something? I will write it in the lower in the subscription down below, description below. It is a a good spindle, but it's only holding 10 millimeters in diameter for bits, and it seems to, when it forced it, the speed controller inside is fighting to keep up the speed at the correct spindle speed, and that's making a lot of noise. So I think I have outgrown this spindle and have to find another one that's bigger, but it's fairly easy. It's just to unplug it from this connector I have up here for the spindle, and then add another one. So, but the new spindle of that size that I like is fairly expensive. So, and here's a monitor for the machine. It's built into a box that is only linked by a single network cable into this video sharing thingy that's inside the machine. So I can easily take this away with the machine when it's not in use, and then just unplug and plug this cable. So, and there's a cover plate for this box, so all the mouse and keyboard and stuff can be in the case, and then it's placed on the machine, so it don't use space. Yeah. So this is the electronics part and the status of the electronics in my machine. Yeah. The E-stop is loosely mounted, so yeah, it can be placed where I need it to. I only used it a few times, but mostly when I have to make a E-stop, then I use it on the computer by pressing the escape key. So because it's often there you sit at the computer and discover that something's wrong. So this is my electronics on my machine. And some test tools.